Okay. So give me just a second here. I'm doing a couple of things all at once. So trying to get a couple of things taken care of. And we'll be ready to go live. Thought I was ready to go, but I'm not because I'm trying to get my phone doing this as well. And TikTok's being a pain in the butt about this. Thought I was prepared, but I guess I wasn't. So give me just a second here. First time doing this. So I've done this live on YouTube before, but this is the first time I've done this on TikTok. So, and apparently they have to do an age verification. So apparently using my birth date is not enough. How I miss those days. Okay. So, oops, hang on. Make sure this is still working. Awesome. All right, cool. So, if you're watching, which I can see I don't have any viewers yet. That's okay. I'm going to start explaining what I'm doing anyways, because I think YouTube will save this, and I'm not sure this will save on TikTok or not. Okay, cool. So, been a busy past couple of weeks. Been a busy past couple of months, really. But here we are. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be working on some foundation behaviors. It's been a couple of, I've been able to do some training sessions, but nowhere near the frequency that I'd like to do it. Thank you for stopping the squeaking. Thank you. I haven't been able to do this with the frequency that I want to do it. Christoph, leave it. Christoph, thank you. Good dog. He knows when we're on the camera. So I haven't been able to do this with the frequency that I want to do this. I've been super busy, especially in the afternoon. We're transitioning for a new work schedule for my wife. So we're still playing catch up on that. So we're trying to get some things evened out. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be revisiting some basic behavior techniques, foundation behaviors, mainly to get Barley warmed up for a live dog session, hopefully sometime in the next week or so. A quick behavioral history for people who don't know my border collie, Barley. Barley is a singleton. He's right here behind me. Barley, come here, bud. Come here. So Barley, we might be able to get him on the TikTok stream. Barley is a singleton. He is a little over a year old. He had some issues when he came to me. We were working through those. Of course, everything went wrong for the moment I got him. But you know what? We've made significant progress. Now we've made progress with people. Now it's time to make progress with dogs. He was supposed to replace Christoph as my demo dog, but I don't know if that's really going to work out in the end or not. He's a little over a year old. Probably, I want to say he's like about a year and a half at this point. So. All right, I'm going to start working. If I see a question or something pop up, I will try my best to answer it. Don't hesitate to ask questions. And I'll remind everybody to do this again, but if you're new to the channel, you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. If there's something you want to see, please let me know. And if you really enjoy my content, please share this with other people. If you're not in the Pensacola area, I do offer online training sessions. Just to recap, my name is Ben with Concerned Canines, and I'm an aggression and anxiety specialist in Pensacola, Florida. I'm a certified professional dog trainer, knowledge assessed. And again, I see some people who are joining us over on TikTok. Awesome. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today's goal is we're going to be doing revisiting some foundation behaviors with my border collie Barley in the background as we get ready to do a live dog session with him coming up hopefully end of this week, beginning of next week. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm going to do my best to pay attention to that while we're working. We're going to start with some basic mat work. I'm using just a basic yoga mat for this. Yeah, I know you're excited. The poodle here, this is Christoph. Christoph is 3.5. He's my current demo dog, just for want of another dog. And Barley is my border collie. He's the one that we're really wanting to work with today. So, but Christoph wants to work too, so we'll be doing that too. And people on TikTok, thank you for joining me. This is my first live stream on TikTok, and I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I'm nervous. Okay. So with the mat work, you can see Barley is already in position before he's ready before I am. So the idea is exactly this. I want him to go to the mat and lay down on cue. I'm going to readjust my YouTube camera just a little bit here. So, because YouTube will keep this recording. And if you're watching me on either live stream, feel free to ask a question if you can. Let's see if we can move him a little bit. And if the floor looks messy, it's because, well, we bought the house from bad people. So, okay. Why don't we move you over here? Or let me, there we go. Thought I was ready for this. I'm really not. Okay. Now, really? Come on, move. All right. Could you need to move somewhere else. You're not the dog I want to work with. Okay, we'll see if he's ready to pick this up. I'm gonna let him guess a little bit about what he's doing here. It's been a little bit since we've had the time to do this exercise. I'd say it's probably been about, I'd say maybe 2 weeks since I've had the opportunity to do a full-blown training session with him in general. The idea behind mat work is that it has a calm behavior attached to it, but it also has a down stay attached as well. And I'm going to slowly start moving around, adding in more levels of distraction. Now, we'll see how distracted he gets. We'll chuck it ball. Now he's shifted a little. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce because he shifted a little. But I'm just going to kind of up and down, not a big deal. This is not a novel toy for him. I use this all the time. It's just a regular chuck it ball, right? I use this all the time because this is his primary reinforcer. Food is very much a secondary reinforcer for this border collie. However, it's hard to reinforce calm behavior by using a toy. We're still on the mat. That's okay. I really want him to move to the next step, but one of the ideas is if we don't cue this behavior, we free shape this behavior. Like I was saying, what I want, he knows what these are. This is his primary. We're doing basic obedience. Typically, we do this in the backyard, and this is typically what I'm using. But I can't do this on a leash, right? So he's not on the mat, but he is taking the position that I want him to take. I'm going to see if he'll slide back over. Maybe he'll get back on the mat. And if not, we'll cue it. Spot. Okay. All right. And you can see he's alert. He's watching me pretty hard. What I'm doing is I am playing with his arousal level a little bit, but I'm playing with his arousal level in a good way, right? I don't want to get him too wound up because that's going to happen. So before I throw a big barking dog at him or something that he's going to be kind of scared of, then I want to raise his arousal level incrementally. The best way to do this incrementally is through play. It is a form of impulse control. And you can see the poodle here, poodle doesn't really care about the ball. The poodle cares about the food. The border collie's moved out of the way, so the poodle thinks he can hop right in here and get some food. I'm going to move him over here just a little bit. You can be on that one. Cool. And what I'm really looking for is mainly all 4 feet on the mat. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've had the time to practice this behavior. Typically with him, I just do some basic obedience after work. I have the day off. Went and filed my taxes today. That's the end result right there from my poodle. This is what I want to see, but out of this dog, right? And we've done this with people. We've done this with other people. He was people aggressive. I used this with people and he did okay with them. He still doesn't love new people, but he does well enough. We're going to move the mat a little bit. All right, let's put the ball up. So I'm going to give him a little bit, see what he wants to do here. I don't really want to cue too many behaviors because, again, I'm just kind of warming him up, seeing where he's at. But if it waits long enough, fine, spot. You're too focused on the ball. How about this? We typically prefer to do this outside if you're watching. I'm trying to figure out the right amount of talking for this. I'm used to on YouTube. I'm used to just kind of uploading videos of me training. If you're interested in seeing those videos, you can find me on YouTube at Concerned Canines, same as here on TikTok. Wonderful. Now, I'm going to give him a small jackpot because he did what I wanted him to do, and it took him a little bit to get to it, but that's okay. Jackpotting is when I give a couple of treats all at once. Again, food is very much a secondary reinforcer here. Very much a secondary reinforcer. So I'm going to shift my position just a little bit. Make sure I don't see. I hope I got the. There we go. Now, again, all I did was take it out of my pouch, and his arousal level is going up. I want to practice with him more. I've been busy, oddly enough, being a dog trainer. But I'd like to get him back to where he was a couple of weeks ago. And I'm about to kick somebody out. All right, one sec. Christoph. Out we go. Okay. How's everybody doing? Let me just make sure everything's looking okay. Cool. If you're watching, just a quick update. My name is Ben. I'm a certified professional dog trainer in Pensacola, Florida. I'm an aggression and anxiety specialist. This is my dog and my current project, Barley. He's a 1.5-year-old border collie who was a singleton. He was the only puppy in his litter that survived. We have successfully rehabilitated him through resource guarding, people aggression. Now we're working on dog aggression. It's been a couple weeks since I've had the opportunity to really practice with him in earnest. I'm practicing some mat work. I'm using a cut piece of yoga mat. He would prefer to play with this. And I'm working on his arousal levels right now. So let's get him back down, back to normal. So the idea is for him to do this on his own, right? Lay down on the mat on his own. You can see his back hips have shifted out. That's really what I want to see. That tells me he's a reclined, calm dog. Let me adjust my YouTube camera just a little bit. Every so often, I'm coming back and reinforcing. Now, when I bring in a live dog, which I'm not doing a live dog today, I'll be doing a live dog soon, and we're hopefully going to record that. My rate of reinforcement is going to be higher. the idea is I'm going to roll this out. I'm going to get him started. I'm going to bring the live dog in at hopefully below his threshold. And then we're going to start reinforcing for calm behavior. And then we'll move the dog closer, right? All right, let's spike that arousal level back up just a little bit by showing him chuck it ball. He looked, he didn't move, he didn't touch. That was better than the last time I did this. The last time I showed him the chuck it ball just a few minutes ago, he shifted, and you can see a noticeable change in his demeanor. Now I've got the chuck it ball here in my hand with my clicker. He's looking, he's not touching. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. And he knows at some point he's going to get this chuck it ball. Right? He knows at some point this is going to happen, and that'll happen after this stream is over. I'll take him outside, let him get all muddy and gross and dirty. I would typically do this in the backyard where my controlled exposure's at. I always start my controlled exposures hard because I can control that environment. I cannot control my front yard. We have sidewalks in our neighborhood, and we have people who like to walk off-leash dogs, and their off-leash dogs are just as reactive as my dog. So I start in the backyard. I would be doing this in the backyard today, but we've been getting rain for the past 2 days, and my backyard's a mud hole. So I'm doing this in my Florida room with my cats and my ancient bearded dragon and some tortoises you can't quite see, but that's okay. Now I'm going to try to raise the stimulation level just a little bit by tossing the ball up and down. Now, normally what I would tell you is don't toss the same number of times every time, because then what you're going to get is you're going to get a dog that counts. You're not going to be really controlling his stimulation level if you go 1, 2, 3, toss, click, treat, because then he's just going to be waiting for the next, the third toss to happen, right? So I did 3. There's 3 long ones, 4 long ones, click and reward. Okay. He seems like he's doing okay. Cool. All right. Let's raise the stimulation level again. Now we're just going to start dribbling the ball just a little. I have a feeling he's going to break. Okay. He did good. That was unintended, but I'm going to go ahead and take that. I'm a dog trainer, not a professional athlete. I'll take that. Okay, I'm going to stop for just a second because we did notice a shift in hips. And you notice that too. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce. He did what I wanted him to do, but he did shift kind of dramatically. So I'm going to put the ball away for just a second. So again, if you're just now joining me, hi, my name is Ben. I'm a professional dog trainer in Pensacola, Florida. I specialize in anxiety and aggression cases. And Barley here is one of those cases. He was meant to be my new demo dog, but he was a singleton, which means he's the only puppy that survived in the litter. And they tend to bring a lot of reactivity with them. Let me move the YouTube camera so it's looking at my face. We have successfully rehabilitated him from resource guarding. We have successfully rehabilitated him for people reactivity. Now what I'm working on mainly is dog reactivity. But it's been a couple of weeks. Even as a dog trainer, sometimes I find it hard to find time to train my dogs. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to really hammer down and do a long training session. That's what today is. I'm going to do this for about a half hour or so. We're about halfway through it. But what I really want to see here is this mat work. The idea behind mat work is to build calm behavior without having to cue it, right? I don't want to have to tell my dog to go calm down somewhere. I want my dog to calm down on their own. And that's what we're doing here. He's got the foundations for it down really well. But now what I'm doing is I'm slowly raising the stimulation level and making this more challenging. I'm raising that stimulation level by using one of his favorite toys. Now people are going to go, well, you're teasing him. I'm not teasing him, right? This is not his until I give it to him. I have got a basket of these things that I keep away from him, and he knows not to get into that basket because those are not his yet. They're his when I give them to him, right? But you can tell I brought this out, and where are his eyes? But if I put it away for just a second, right? Put it away, and then blackjack hands, and then his eyes start going somewhere else, right? Okay. This is a real simple exercise. If your dog has reactivity or impulse control issues, this is a real simple activity to do with your dog. All right. So now he's kind of settled back down. Let's make sure that's okay. Kind of recenter that a little bit. We're going to go back to working with the dribbling. All right. He moved his head to follow it, but he didn't move his hips. That's okay. He moved his head. He didn't move his hips. He didn't try to get up. And let me adjust the YouTube camera. Cool. All right, he moved his hips that time. I'm going to stop. I'm going to click and reinforce. That's fine. He did move. I was a little behind on that click. He wants to. I did a couple of fake outs that time. I don't want to do the same thing every time, because if I do the same thing every time, he will become habituated to it. The problem is I can't always rely on the other dog to be the same every time, even with dogs that are volunteer dogs, right? So I have to add in some level of randomness. And it's hard for us because we're creatures that we like patterns, right? We like predictability. So do dogs. Border Collies, more than other dogs, are more control freaks. That's why I sympathize with my Border Collie. Because I am also anxious and neurotic. All right, he's beginning to shift more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a second. I might do this one more time, and then we're going to take a second and let him. Okay, cool. We're going to let him breathe a little bit. So, again, impulse control, right? Impulse control. What I want him to do when he sees another dog is, I don't care if he's dog friendly or not. Dog-friendly dogs are overrated, in my opinion, as an aggression specialist. What I want is dog neutral, not dog friendly. I know he's not going to be dog friendly, and I don't care about that. What I care about is, can I take him to the vet? Can I walk him down the street without him going crazy towards another dog? That's what I care about. It starts with a foundation behavior. The foundation behavior is the mat, this blue yoga mat that I've got on the floor. He goes to it, he lays down without being told to. That's the important part. You saw earlier on in this video, I had to cue it a couple of times when Christoph was in here kind of making things a little chaotic. All right. But I don't want him to be cued to this behavior. I want him to see the blue mat and go, oh, that's my calm spot. And then once I've got him there, I can introduce him to another dog in a controlled exposure. And then I can start moving away from that mat and doing more with it. Okay. All right. Wonderful. So we're going to do this one more time. He moved away from the mat. That's okay. It's probably a little warm in here. Turn the fan on real quick. And then we're going to try to get him back on the mat and go right back to where we were with the ball. So I'm going to give him just a second, and then if he doesn't do it, then I'll cue the behavior. It's fine. Now, I'm not going to cue anything else. There we go. That was the next step, right? Now, ideally, I want those back hips to rotate out. We're going to give him a second in this position, because this is not calm for a Border Collie, right? This is poised, ready to move. And if you don't believe me, not just Border Collies, watch any dog. any dog in this position can launch into a full run at this position, okay? So that's not what I want to do here. I want those back hips to shift and him to calm back down before I bring that ball back out. And this is boring. It should look like you're doing nothing. It should look like you're doing nothing, right? Keep that in mind, okay? It should look like you're doing nothing. If you want your dog reactive dog to be around another dog calmly, then this is the end result. What I'm doing is I'm working from the end and I'm working towards the front, which is, there we go. So the back hips have shifted out. Wonderful. Now we're relaxed, right? Okay. The chuck it ball. He shifted one of his back legs a little bit. Okay with that? Okay. All right, I'm going to try this again. I think I did 3 on that one. I'm just going to do 1 this time. One, 2. A little bit of a neck shift, but no hips. That's okay. It's unrealistic to expect your dog to be completely still. That's unrealistic, right? I mean, most owners with dogs, and that's okay. I'll take you there. And we're probably going to stop right there. So I'm going to give you a couple of wrap-up notes as we do this. Most owners with dogs, you're working 40 hours a week. If you're married, you have kids, you've got your kids' responsibilities, you've got extracurriculars, whatever. It's hard to find time to do this. I'm a professional dog trainer. I set my own schedule, and sometimes it's hard for me to find time training my dogs, right? I'm just adjusting my YouTube camera a little bit here. So it's hard for me to find time to do as much as I want to do with him. And he's a high energy breed on top of that. You do as much as you can. I never throw stones at my clients because, they're at least trying, and I'm going to give you that. You're at least trying. But just remember, the more time you can do it, the better he's going to be. And it be for long chunks of time. We've been doing this for about a half an hour at this point. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes every 2 to 3 hours, that's not awful either. Okay. Thanks for watching. Again, my name is Ben. I'm with Concerned Canines. I'm a certified professional dog trainer in Pensacola, Florida, and I'm an aggression and anxiety specialist. If you're watching this and you're not in the Pensacola, Florida area, I do offer online classes. All my contact information is on there. If you want to see what my training classes or what my training methods look like, you can check out some of my other videos here on TikTok, or go check me out on YouTube at Concerned Canines. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It was great to have you all here. Thank you, TikTok, for making my first live stream on TikTok. So cool. I really appreciate everybody who came in and watched me and Barley work. And we're going to start doing this a couple of times a week. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Now I got to figure out how to turn it off. Cool. Awesome.